Donald Trump had a huge mistake this week that was, of course, broadcast to the entire country on CNBC when he told the host that, well, I don't want to mince his words here. So Donald Trump said, "There's a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting, and in terms of also the theft and the bad management of entitlements, tremendous bad management of entitlements. There's tremendous amounts of things and numbers of things you can do." So basically, Donald Trump says there's lots of things we can cut from Social Security and Medicare, which of course would impact Donald Trump's biggest voting bloc, which is voters over the age of 65. So it's a very stupid thing to say, especially since just 1 year ago, Donald Trump was attacking Republicans like Rick Scott, who had called for cuts to those so-called entitlement programs. And of course, the Biden campaign immediately seized on these remarks. President Biden was in New Hampshire, I believe it was, giving a speech, and he told the crowd, I won't cut Social Security, I won't cut Medicare. I will protect and strengthen Social Security, Medicare, and make the wealthy begin to pay their fair share. And of course, Biden-Harris HQ on social media posted the clip of Donald Trump saying he's going to cut entitlement programs. And it's been a very big snafu for the Trump campaign. In fact, it's so bad for the Trump campaign that according to reports, they are now in panic mode / damage control mode, trying to make sure people know that Donald Trump totally doesn't want to do exactly what he said he would do on live TV. Now, here is what a representative for the Trump campaign said to Business Insider when they asked for a comment. They said, quote, "The only candidate who poses a threat to Social Security and Medicare is Joe Biden, whose mass invasion of millions of illegal aliens will, if Biden allows them to stay, cause Social Security and Medicare to collapse." That's not even a thing. Like, you had to throw the immigration thing in there as if that is somehow destroying Social Security and Medicare when that's not even possible. So you're just making stuff up as you're trying to correct what your candidate said. And let's be clear here. They also went on to say that, no, he meant just cut, the fraud, the abuse, that stuff. No, he didn't. Let me read you the statement one more time. "There's a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting, and in terms of also the theft and bad management." So in terms of cutting, in addition to the bad management, the waste, fraud, and abuse. So he did specifically call for cuts. He's not saying we're going to cut it because we're going to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse. No, he listed them as two separate entities that need to be cut. And also, for the record, while we're at it, waste, fraud, and abuse, of course, are common, not necessarily common, but they are seen in every single government program. There will be people that take advantage of it. However, Social Security fraud, Medicare fraud, those are things that do not happen very frequently, and when they do happen, they are typically rooted out very quickly. So it's not like Social Security is rampant with fraud and Medicare is just filled with abuse. We actually have very secure systems in place to find those things and immediately shut them down. So Trump was in fact calling for cutting Social Security. His campaign understands how devastating that is for him, but rather than trying to clarify his comments, instead they made up a completely fake scenario about people coming across the border that are somehow draining Social Security and Medicare, which isn't even a thing that's possible. So they're lying to you about what he said. They're lying to you about what's happening to Social Security and Medicare. So if we're going to listen to anybody on Trump's side, it actually needs to be Donald Trump, and we need to believe him when he says that he is going to cut these programs.